This is my friend Johnny. For the past few months, Johnny's been at tech school and basic training, learning to become an airman in the Air Force. And this is Johnny's 1991 foxbody Mustang, and for the past few years, it's been sitting in a field. So while Johnny was gone, me and my buddy AJ were basically talking about, how me and Johnny have been wanting to fix up the Mustang for a super long time, and we both kind of have this idea where it's like, what if we picked him up from the airport in the Mustang, all fixed? So I was like, screw it, this is too good of an idea, I'm just gonna freaking do it. So I called Johnny's dad up and I'm like, hey, is this something we could do? Could I pull up and fix the Mustang for Johnny? And he's like, oh yeah, that sounds great. And this is basically the story of that, so I hope you guys enjoy. So we're starting on day 3 just because the first 2 days that I was out at Johnny's house working on the Mustang, it was basically just looking at parts we needed to get and buy and acquire and pulling the Mustang out. So we pulled the Mustang out and brought it up top and then kind of looked for what we needed. Okay, so what we just did was we took a breaker bar with an extender on it for a 15/16 socket and used it to turn the crank, and it had some play in it, so that is a good sign. The only other thing I did that day was polish off where the water pump was going to go. So now I've got the spot where the water pump goes pretty clean. Still a little bit of cleaning to go, and I started to clean up where all the pulleys are, get them a little less rusty, and yeah. So this is what the fan, clutch, and water pump look like out of the box. Here are all of the bolts that go into the water pump and the orientation just in case you need it if you're installing one on your foxbody. So the entirety of day 4 out at Johnny's house was just putting in new spark plugs, taking out the old ones, and then getting the firing order from the Haynes manual and then lining up all the new spark plug wires and putting it all together. After that, I took the fan shroud home to work on that a little bit and clean it up on day 5. So what I've got here is the fan shroud for the Mustang, and I'm gonna try and clean it up best I can. I'm gonna take off the overflow tank for the radiator, clean that out, and hopefully make it look way better than it is now. The first thing I gotta do is loosen the bolts holding on the overflow tank to the actual fan shroud. One of them is just missing, and it's broken there, and I've noticed this one is starting to break too. It shouldn't matter too much because it's held on at the bottom when you slot it in, but yeah, we're gonna try and get it to fit and stay on, but it's kind of a bummer that it's broken, but we're just gonna loosen that off, and yeah. Okay, I got the coolant tank off of the fan shroud, and we're gonna scrub it. What I'm doing now is just using this kind of more abrasive brush on the parts with rust and scrubbing at that rust just so when I go to paint it, it doesn't stick. So it'll start like that. Slowly, it should start to come off. We'll see here. Now the fan shroud is clean, and I'm just waiting on it to dry, and then I'm gonna hit it with primer. With that, the first coat of primer is on. There's the other side covered in primer, and now we've got the whole thing covered in base coat. The gloss kind of makes the plastic look a little bit tacky, but I'm hoping that it clears up a little bit, maybe fades a little bit once it dries. We'll see, but it's only going to be a small part of it. That's kind of what you're going to see. I think it'll still look really good, but yeah. Now it's the next day, all the paint is dried, and this is how the fan shroud came out. Was able to clean out the overflow tank a little bit. Really scrubbed it out, really used some acid on it. But yeah, that's about as clean as it'll get, I think. So yeah, we're gonna stick with that for now. Okay, so the entirety of day 6 was spent working on finding a way to drain the fuel out of the car because the fuel had been sitting for 3 years, and we also got a new battery. Johnny's dad picked it up. I tried siphoning the gas out through the filler neck thing for a while, but that just didn't work, so I decided to just jump the relay for the fuel pump. You can kind of see the lines in the engine bay right there, and then down here there's some more, or I guess the same ones that you can see a little bit better. But basically you just have to jump a relay that's under the driver's seat, and you just unplug it, make a little jumper, and it'll start funneling fuel. So on day 7, that's what we did. Jeff made a jumper, and it wasn't too bad. We got one of the fuel lines off. It started going pretty well. Got the battery hooked up, of course, and yeah, that was kind of day 7, just draining fuel. I probably would have done more if I could, but you know, most of the time we were just kind of waiting for parts to arrive. A lot of them, you know, weren't arriving for a while, so it was just kind of a waiting period, doing all the work that we could and filling in other parts. Okay, I don't know what day it is, but we got all the fluids and the parts are in. Here's all of the fluids, and yeah, we are ready to go. Okay, so we're back with the Mustang, and we've got all of the fluids ready to go in, and we've got the water pump that we're working on. So right now I'm just trying to make sure all the bolts are going to go in solid, and then we'll hook it up. So I ran into a small problem, and it's that some of the inside of these bolts are filled with just rusty dirt, and it's making it so they don't thread very easily. So I have to clean them out, and it's just kind of like pulling earwax out of an ear over and over with a Q-tip. But slowly but surely I'm getting the grease out, and then you just gotta screw them in pretty hard, and then they'll grab the threads and it's all good. But yeah. Okay, so at last the water pump is on. All of the bolts are torqued down now, and yeah, I'm just gonna tighten those clamps onto the hoses, and it'll be good to go. So this is kind of funny. Johnny, while he was at tech school, he texted me. He's like, I really want to work on the Mustang with you, man. And I'm like, I don't think it'll be that hard. And he was like, oh, it's going to be hard, man. Like, I don't even know. Okay, so when Jeff was ordering parts, he actually ordered a crank pulley for us to replace the old crank pulley with. But what I think happened was he ordered the Cobra engine pulley for the Cobra engine crank pulley, which goes with 2 other pulleys to make the full like Cobra engine layout. So the actual crank pulley that was new was smaller than the original, meaning we'd either need to get 2 new pulleys or just live with the old one, and we just figured we'd live with the old one. If Johnny wants to swap and do the Cobra pulley swap, he can, but for now we're sticking with the OG. Hey guys, another day at the foxbody. We've got today the task is to try and do the power steering pump. We've got a brand new power steering pump we're throwing in for Johnny, and we got to clean up the high pressure lines and the fluid lines and all that, and see if we can't get the pulley off with the tool we're getting from O'Reilly's. So the first thing we're gonna do here is take this pulley removal tool from O'Reilly's and slap it on there. I've got it nice and cinched down, and then we'll take the old pulley off, get the screws we need, and throw them on the new bracket. Okay, so we finally got that disassembled and took out the bolts, and I'm gonna put them on the new pump. Screws are all clean, and I'm just tightening them down now. And just like that, you got yourself a sweet blade. Now we're at the point where I may be missing some hardware. I'm gonna need some screws for the bracket. The power steering is in there. I just need to tighten down the pulley on it a little bit more once it's mounted. And then that'll be done, but yeah, getting close. Okay guys, I am calling it for today. We are so freaking close with the power steering pump, but one of the bolts is, you know, a little bit munched. So I'm gonna try and find a new one. I don't just want to shove it in and hope for the best. I want to try and get a new one. So that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah. It started to get a little bit more stressful because Johnny's dad was gone for the rest of the build, and I had no idea what I was doing. Well, I mean, I knew what I was doing, but it was kind of a bummer not having a car guru to help work on the Mustang with me. Okay, we ran to Ace Hardware and got what I think is gonna work for the bolts holding the brackets on. I think they'll do the trick. Yeah, working with what we got, man. And then we got this, which we're gonna return to O'Reilly's. Worked great. Got the pulley off the old one and put the new pulley on the new power steering pump. So we're pretty much good to go. Hopefully tomorrow's the day. If not tomorrow, the next day. We'll see if she drives. We'll see if she drives, boys. Okay guys, this is it. I think this is gonna be the final day. I think we're gonna get it running and driving today. Fingers crossed. I'm not gonna hold my breath, but we're really freaking close. We just gotta we just gotta bolt down that power steering, get that once the bracket's painted, bolt that down, and then it's radiators and hoses, and then we're good. Yeah. Oh my gosh, we're so close. Okay, we're gonna get this thing painted real quick. First, we're gonna hit it with primer. Okay, there's that primer on there. We're gonna wait for that to dry. While we wait for that paint to dry, I'm going to bolt this down because right now the AC line is like, the bracket that holds it on is loose, and I don't want it to hit the pulley while it's spinning. So just for safety, we're gonna tighten that down, see if that fixes our problem. Okay, I tightened that thing down and it is not going anywhere. So we're good there, nice and tight. We're still waiting on that paint to dry. What I've just done is cleaned up this high pressure line that goes into the power steering. I'm gonna throw on a new Teflon washer. Bam. And just like that, the other side of the bracket is primed, almost ready to paint. Okay, first coat of what the heck is it called? The black, whatever the black is. That's heat resistant black paint. It should finish like a nice flat black, like matte, so I think it'll look pretty good. Once that dries, we'll hit the other side and be good. All right, second coat's going on. No more rust. While we let the paint dry, I'm gonna fill up the tank with some fresh Milo's tea. Milo's tea. Good. All right, so after a while, I've got everything bolted down. Ignore all of the random mismatchy bolts. I am not real proud of this, but it's held on tight. Everything's really solid, so that's what's important. We are going to get the power steering all hooked up, all the lines hooked up. The high pressure line is all clean. That little washer got busted a little bit. I'm hoping that doesn't cause a problem. Post Mustang build Brighton here. It shouldn't cause much of a problem, but I put on the wrong freaking Teflon washer on it. The box literally had a packet in it with a freaking packet, of the washer, of the Teflon washer and the O-ring. So I didn't even need to go buy a new one, but I still did, and I put it on wrong, and lo and behold, it did not fit. So shouldn't be a huge deal, but Johnny, that's on there if you want to put that on there. Talk about that later. Back to the video. I'm gonna throw it on, check for leaks, check real good. We'll see how it does. I'm not too happy about that. Yeah. Other than that, we're gonna connect the line going to the bottom. I'll show you that right now. Okay, so this line right here, I didn't clean it up that much, but it goes up, and I don't know if you guys can see that, but it goes up into the power steering. It doesn't have a clamp on it. I'm gonna put a clamp on it, see if I can't reach it from this side. The old clamp is really dirty. I don't know, I'm just gonna use a new one. I don't think I'm gonna be able to film this, but this is the new ring clamp. It's gonna go over and clamp around it. Yeah, it's kind of far up in there. I'm gonna see if I can reach it from the top side, but yeah. Okay, both those lines are now connected. All we've got left to do is connect the hoses and the radiator fan to the water pump pulley, and I think we're good. Okay, both those lines are now connected. All we've got left to do is connect the hoses and the radiator fan to the water pump pulley, and I think we're good. So what I've decided I'm gonna do is put on the hoses first, I think, and then work out where I'm gonna tighten everything down for the radiator and the fan. I'll put in the fan and the radiator at the same time and connect it to the pulley and then start hooking things up. Okay, so we got the hoses on, but right now I only have one ring clamp for each of the hoses. So both of the ones going on the going to the radiator, they're gonna need ring clamps. So I gotta fish around for some real quick. I've spent so long trying to find hose clamps for these. I found some, but I had to like make them to the right size like myself, and that took just so long, and they're not even perfect. Like they kind of square up, clamp it a little bit weird. I'm sure it'll be fine, but I don't know. If the coolant ever gets bled again, we'll get new ones of those for Johnny. But yeah, okay, let's throw on that belt. Okay, belt is on there. I lied, we're gonna detension the belt so I can actually get the fan on there, and we'll go this guy around because he needs to be able to wiggle. Okay, much pain and suffering later. We have radiator, fan shroud, and fan all in position. So that guy is on there. We're gonna bolt him down to the actual water pump itself. So the pulley and the fan are one. And then we're gonna connect those power steering lines down. It's not wanting to focus. Those power steering lines to those where they go. I'm gonna crawl under there lastly and get the hose in. Get that hose on. Find some kind of hardware to connect these. That is gonna do it. After inspecting the fan clutch bolts, I noticed that they were a little bit loose, so we gotta screw those on tight. I don't think I actually torqued them down when I put it together. Okay, so I torqued down those bad boys, and I did the belt, so the belt's nice and tight on there. Yeah, so now I've just gotta do those brass ones, the heat resistant ones. Guys, I have spent forever on these freaking cooler lines going into the radiator. I have no idea what the deal is on why they will not go in. I have screwed them in at so many different angles. I'm losing my mind here. I just keep twisting it. My fingers are like just dying. I'm just here to complain, basically. Okay guys, update. This one got itself on somehow. It is a work of God that it got it on, because it was like, it wouldn't even turn. At least the other one would like spin. This one wouldn't even spin. I had to use the wire brush, clean it off, put anti-seize like inside of it so it would turn, and somehow it threaded and got on. I think I'm just gonna repeat those steps on the bottom one and see if that somehow works, but it worked on this one, so fingers crossed. Guys, I really don't know about these bolts. As you can see, I'm absolutely filthy from head to toe. This stupid power steering and cooling line. I hate this thing. Look at it. It's just sitting there menacingly. The top one went in 2 seconds, even though it was like worse than the other one. This one, dude, I don't know what the deal is with this one. It's just crapping all over my deal. Okay. I've seriously been at that little crackhead for like 2 hours. Nothing will get him in there. Guys, I don't know how that went in, but the bottom one went in. I don't think I cross-threaded it. I think it went in pretty well. But oh my gosh, that was like almost 3 hours of just nonstop, just working on that one thing. Literally, I just have to fill it with fluids right now. I'm like incoherent. Okay, this thing needs to like sit back, and I don't really know like what. Sorry, I don't know what I'm gonna do to get it to sit there, because otherwise the fan's just gonna hit it. Yeah, I don't know. Wish me luck, guys. Okay, guys, moment of truth. It is 7:30. We're gonna start it up to cycle the first bit of coolant, so wish me luck. That is a running Mustang right there. Oh, she's starting to, she's getting there. She's getting there. I am checking for leaks right now, and the ground looks pretty dry to me. There's a little bit of leaking right there. So the leak in that power steering line, it went down a little bit after I ran it for a little bit, but it's still like steadily seeping out of the grooves, and it's on there pretty tight, so I don't know, we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. Something needs to be fixed with it though. Just taking it for a quick test drive right now. All right, guys, it's running well enough to take it home, so we're gonna take it back to the Yokes parking lot and work on it there. Okay, so the car is back at the crib. Sorry if there's a lack of footage. I was pretty tired last night. The drive home wasn't too sketchy. Got up to speed, did everything as normal. Small drippage still coming from what I can only assume is either transmission lines or power steering lines. So we're gonna try and figure that out at some point. But right now we're gonna take all the faded paint and try and get it back looking shiny. So we're gonna give it a good wash. Guys, this is so annoying. It's dripping dirt, right? It's dripping dirt. Wash it off, comes right back. Something in there is so dirty. So I just went to a car show, and I saw a foxbody there, and I sent a picture of it to Johnny, and I was like, hey dude, I restored your car, wink wink, joking. And he was like, oh yeah, thanks. Okay guys, so yesterday we got the car clean, and now we're gonna detail the inside, and I think I'm gonna try to buff and what am I trying to say? I'm trying to just buff the freaking hood. That's what I'm trying to do, and maybe the top. I don't know, but there's a lot of sap that is solidified, so I don't know. We're just gonna try our best, boys. We're gonna try our best. So I tried removing the rear spoiler, but there's just too many screws, and it's kind of a bigger job. So I'm gonna leave that to Johnny and see if that's something he wants to do. But for now, I'm just gonna leave it on the car. What I've decided to do instead is clean up under the cowl, because there's so much crap under there. So I got to get that cleaned up. But yeah, we're just gonna remove these. Dude on YouTube did a cool video. You just lift them up, and then there's like that little clip thing. I don't know if you can see that, but you just pull on that, it'll come out a little bit, and then you just pull the wiper off, and that's how you get them off. We got that front piece off. It was super easy, and now we're just grabbing big hunks of this stuff and chucking it. This is what it looks like back in the car. It looks way better not having a ton of junk sticking out of it, and it's nice and clean. So I treated it with some plastic protectant, so should stay looking pretty good for a while. Let's put the wipers back on, and there are those wipers back on the car. So Lil Kit really liked y'all's comments. He responds to all of them. He's reading through all of your guys' comments. He loves them. Big ups, Catterton. This is a Lil Kit, by the way. Yeah. What do you think of Johnny's Mustang? You better not scratch the freaking paint. Yeah, bro's got like at least 50 pounds of torque on him. No lie. We dynoed this jog. We're gonna clean the interior up. Lots of stainage down there. Yeah, lots of random stuff in here. Not the cleanest, but the interior's all here, so I'm gonna try and make this thing sparkle. One thing I noticed while I was detailing the car was this was on, and I thought it was covering up, like, because the steering wheel was all like cooked and baked, but it's in like perfect shape, the steering wheel. So I'm just gonna clean it up, and if Johnny wants to throw that back on, he can, but I don't know, this is just too perfect not to do a few drives with. So also, I thought the horn didn't work. Works. So I used the extractor vacuum on all the carpets in the back, and they turned out really well. There's a lot of like small like scratches and little weird, I don't know, stains that I'm gonna try and get out of the plastic. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. Okay, so let me show you the results of the detailing we did the other day. The only stains I wasn't really able to get out entirely was like some rust stains on there, but they're really hard to see. The carpets are nice and stain free pretty much. There's a little bit of dirt down there that you can kind of see, but it's not too noticeable. The seats are really clean. It doesn't smell bad in here. It smells like fresh. The back seats are nice and clean. It's like starting to become good. The more this feels like a nice car, the more it will become a nice car, if you get what I'm saying. So yeah, super stoked that the interior is all detailed. So now the only thing left is to replace some clamps on the coolant hoses going to the radiator. What am I trying to say? The clamps I kind of made on the fly. They're not holding up well, and when the water pump starts pumping, it kind of spews out a little bit, so they're not on there real good. But I got some good replacements from O'Reilly's we're gonna throw on there. I don't know who put on this antenna. I think I left it out and somebody put it on. It was probably Asher or something, but yeah, we're gonna place those clamps. That'll be easy. The problem is the transmission is basically out of fluid, which is bad. So we gotta add more fluid to it. But the thing is, it's leaking out of the cooler hose. So it's kind of a tough deal where I want to add fluid to it, but I don't want to do it while it's leaking, if you know what I'm saying. So the plan right now is just fill it up before we go pick up Johnny, see how it does, see how it drives, and then just talk to him and see what he wants to do. But if I find a solution for sealing up that where it's where it needs to get sealed up, then we'll do that. Yeah, that's where we're at right now. Okay guys, the Mustang is basically done. It's just been sitting here at Yokes waiting to be used to pick up Johnny at the military base, and yeah, it's ready to rip. We're just gonna watch it with a close eye, and when we pick up Johnny, yeah, it should be ready to rip. I'm super excited. Okay guys, it is officially the day of. We're going to pick up Johnny today. I'm gonna give it a quick rinse off because it's collected dust sitting in the parking lot on the outside. So we're gonna rinse it off along with this right there, the infinity mirror. It got hella dirty. I don't know, it was sitting for a while, so I'm gonna clean that off, make it sparkle. He's not picking up, but he landed early, so we have to go. So we're on our way to get Johnny. We quickly washed the car, got it all ready, so we're just gonna cruise to the airport now. Yeah, it should be looking pretty snazzy right now. Yeah, super excited. Here we go, this is it. arrived at the airport. Let's just look. Try and find out where he is. Freaking out, and that'll make it hella easy. I know that's what's gonna do. Pulling in. Where is this guy? Where is this guy?
No. I think he's hiding inside, dude. We're about to destroy this brand new car.
That's me, so. Sweet. Alright, text me. Okay. He has no idea. He has no idea.
What he doesn't know is we strapped a bomb on the back of the car. So it's rigged to blow up.
What Johnny doesn't know is his friends are about to kill him.
What he doesn't know is there's a Nintendo Switch 2 in the glove box. RC Cola.
American?
Yeah, I'm at baggage claim right now.
You're at baggage claim? Are you near like the Alaska area?
Like the end, I think. Yeah, I'm in the end.
You're at the end. Do you have your bags?
I'm waiting. I almost did.
Oh, you almost have your bags?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll just roll up when you have your bags, I guess. Just let, as soon as you get your bags, just let me know and we'll roll up.
I should have it like 5 minutes.
5 minutes, alright. We'll chill for 5 minutes.
Okay.
Alright, just text me when, you want me to roll up and just stand at like the very end, I guess. Because in the airport, there's like that toaster plane diorama. I'm here. He just texted me, I'm here. This time when we roll up, he will be waiting. Hey,
This is our third time through.
This is take 3 of picking up Johnny. Here we go. He said he's at the last sky bridge. I swear.
We told them we're in a white Mercedes.
Yeah, we're not in it. Where is he? Oh, there he is. There he is.
Where?
There he is. Right there. Right there.
Yeah, that's him.
That's him.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Got you, bro.
Dude, it looks amazing.
Welcome back.
How did you do this, dude? Oh my god.
So there you go, mission accomplished. It was super awesome surprising Johnny. The circumstances were like perfect. He didn't really realize we were there until the last second, right as we pulled up into the spot. So it was just perfect. We did a quick walk around of the Mustang, showed him what I did so far. We drove off into the sunset with his family. We all went and got burgers. Johnny and I wasted no time after that. We got right after it, fixing small little things like buffing the paint, changing out the battery terminal brackets that were like really corroded and disgusting. We got those all fresh and new. So yeah, the Mustang has definitely a ways to go before it's like a super reliable daily driver. But the goal was to get it running and driving so we could pick him up in it and give him his new old Mustang to drive right when he's back from basic training. And yeah, it was perfect. We accomplished that perfectly. If you guys know Johnny at all, make sure to send him a welcome back from the military. And yeah, that's gonna about wrap it up for this one, guys. Hey guys, if you made it to the end of the video, thank you guys so much for watching. This has been a long time coming, the Mustang project. It's been sitting for 3 years. Me and Johnny both have memories of going out there and sitting in it and being like, one day we're gonna be driving this thing down the road, and that day is finally here, and it's just so awesome to be able to share that memory with him and with his family. So big thank you to Jeff, his dad, for helping me with the build. I wouldn't have been able to do it without him. Thank you to all of you guys watching. That's all I can say, really. This has been one of the biggest videos I'll be putting out so far, so there will be definitely more coming from me. Hopefully some stuff coming from Johnny and the Mustang, but yeah, be expecting more MR2 stuff from me, so yeah, stay tuned.